We will now talk of the effect of finite size. We have already talked about it a little bit, right? That from infinite, if you cut to semi-infinite, then the size becomes a little finite. But let us talk more about it. The closed form K solution generally for crack of a simple shape, a rectangle or ellipse in an infinite plate, if we try to do that. The crack dimensions are small compared to the plate size, right? So therefore we are assuming that the plate is sort of infinite compared to the crack size. As the crack size increases or as the plate dimensions decrease, the outer boundaries begin to exert an influence on the crack tip, right? Right now you have a crack and the edge is at infinite distance, so there is no effect. But if the edge is closer to the crack, then the effects will be mingled, right? So the closed form K solution is usually not possible in that case, right? Unless we assume that the crack is very small compared to the plate. It is difficult mathematically to get a solution for K, right? Let us see the figure. Let us see the figure, right? So we are showing you here that on this side, this is at infinite distance. On this side, it is an infinite distance. Near the crack, there are extra stresses, right? And if there was a plate of size 2W, the total width is 2W, right? If the total width is 2W, then until 2W, it is like this. But if you go a little beyond that, then there is almost no curve. It becomes flat, right? And so on. So this will, stress concentration effects due to a through crack in finite and infinite width plates, infinite and finite plate, right? So that is what we are saying, that because now this is flat plate, if it is totally flat, then here the lines of force are totally flat and they are changing to a curved line of force. But when it is an infinite distance, then the lines of force are, of course, the intensity is reducing. The intensity is reducing, and ultimately the edge is very, very far off, right? So we are now telling you that the width of the plate is blue business. Width, the thickness in the Z direction is capital B, if you remember. So showing you this geometry, let us go back to the, right? So crack plate subject to remote tensile stress. The effect of the finite width on crack tip stress distribution is represented by the lines of force. You have done this approach in solid mechanics and so on. How strongly, I don't know, but one approach of solving the problems is by lines of force. Local stress is proportional to the spacing between the lines of force. Local stress, not remote, local. For an infinite plate, the line of force at a distance W from the crack center line has four force components in X and Y directions. If the flat width of the plate is restricted to W, force must be 0 on the free edge, right? Understand? If it was an infinite one, then there is a force at a distance W from the center. From the center, there is W on this side, W on this side, so the total width is 2W, right? So if you go from the crack to a distance W, there is still an effect. But if it is a free edge, then the line of force is 0. This boundary condition causes the lines of force to be compressed. Therefore, higher stress intensification is there at the crack tip. So now understand this carefully, that we are trying to explain it only in terms of the lines of force. The lines of force have a certain shape and a certain spacing between each line of force. And that spacing is maintained if the edge is at infinite distance from the crack. But if it is a finite plate now, then at the edge, it is a finite plate, at the edge the line of force is flat. So it is now compressing the lines of force, So because of this finite size, the edge effect will affect the local stress intensity effect. This is all that you need to understand. Now, mode 1 stress intensity factor for finite width for finite width. The rest is the same, sigma root pi a, sigma root pi a. There would be a y, a geometry factor. If the plate is infinite, then that geometry factor is only the geometry. It depends on whether it is a sharp crack or it is a round penny shaped crack or it is an elliptical one. But if the plate is finite, then that y we are replacing with f a by w. A is the size of the crack, w is the width of the plate. So it is a function of this ratio, isn't it? Because if this w is very large, then this effect is gone, right? So for infinite plate, w is roughly infinity. So this is it. Sigma root pi a, and this f a by w, this f a by w in one case is 2w upon pi a tan of pi a by 2w under root, right? This can be there. The stress intensity approaches infinite plate value as a by w approaches 0, isn't it? If the crack size compared to the width of the plate is negligible, so as a by w approaches 0, then the stress intensity becomes normal K1 because the plate is now infinite. So this is one, but more accurate solutions for through crack in finite plane have been obtained from finite element analysis. One such solution is this, which is now secant and some numbers. This is right, cos tan, you understand, secant. So this is a sharp crack, not penny shaped and so on, with finite end plate. And this is the same equation, sharp crack, central sharp crack, but by finite element rather than by theory. We will show you a table 2.4. It is a remarkable table. It lists the stress intensity solutions for several common configurations, right? And these solutions are plotted on the next page. Now this is big. Several handbooks. You see, a normal book is a normal book. Handbook means huge, thick, twice, thrice thickness, right? Are devoted solely to stress intensity solutions. This is a very complicated mathematics and physics. So if you really want it, then it is big. It is not a small thing at all. So this is table 2.4. Table 2.4. K1 solutions for common test specimens, right? This is called SENT, single edge notched intention. It is just like your standard compact specimen. There is a specimen, there is a sharp V notch here, and it is in mode 1 loading. The width is W, the thickness is capital B. So this is the standard one. This is called single edged notch intention. Then same specimen, but under bending, 2-point bending, P by 2 here, P by 2 here, total load P. This is single edged bending, right? Then center cracked tension. This is wrong. This is double edge notch tension. So in the table, in the figure that I have, this heading is there and that heading is here. This is double edge, right? One edge there, one edge here. So double edge notched in tension. And this one is center cracked in tension. So center cracked tension is this one, and DENT, dent, double edge notched in tension is that one. And this is the totally standard compact specimen, totally standard compact specimen, because compact specimen the notch is here, right? So this is, and for each one of them solutions, the FA upon W is like this. FA upon W is like this. And the K1 equation is actually this: P upon B under root W FA by W, right? So this P upon B under root W is there for each one of them, and for FA by W substitute by this one and this one and this one and this one, right? So it is like this in all of these cases. So I have just again blown up those details so that you can see it in more detail. For single edge notched tension, SENT, right? This Fa by W is 2 tan pi A by 2W under root upon cos pi A by 2W, and then this whole thing is from here till here. This is a mistake, this is a mistake. This is the left side, this is the right side. So 0.752 plus 2.02 A upon W plus 0.0371 minus sin pi and so on, right? And remember that the K1 is P, the load, upon B, the thickness of the plate, under root W, the width of the plate, and then this factor, or then this factor, and so on. So for each one of them, there is a starting factor, fraction, and then this is into from here till here. It is multiplied. It is just the way we are showing it, right? So this table is a remarkable table, because for almost all the geometries that are there in engineering and so on, and all the geometries that are being tested, these Fa by W. So it is a remarkable table, but by no effort of ours, right? We are not deriving, we are not going into the deep mathematics and physics of it. We are at the level where we understand that these are the geometries and this is how the load is being applied. These are mode 1 loadings, these are bending problems, these are others, and if these are the situations, then we can use the equations. So we are continuing with the center crack tension, right, and the double edge notch tension and so on, and finally the compact specimen. And in both of these, as I said, this is the double edge, DENT, and this is the center compact and so on, right? So if any of these situations is given to us in any problem or any real life situation, then we can find the actual Fa by W. Why it is there? In the initial solution, remember, all the theory is started for pure brittle materials, that there is a very sharp crack and the material is totally brittle. Then we said that, okay, if the material has a little bit of ductility, let us assume that there will be some plasticity at the edge of the sharp crack, right, and so on. So we start with the situation for which the mathematical physical solution will be possible. Then we change condition and change and so on. So here, in terms of the geometry and size, the crack is infinitely smaller compared to the size of the plate. So it is an infinite plate. But when the plate is finite, when it has a finite size W, then you add the correction factors. Okay. We are now showing you the whole equation for all of the shapes of the compact specimens and so on here in one chart. On the horizontal axis is A by W. You know your crack size, you know the width of the plate. So A by W is there. And the Fa by W for each one of them, right? This is the center crack tension, this is the double edge notch tension, SENT, compact, bending specimen, all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of the situations earlier, somebody has plotted them completely now. So engineers love this type of a solution. This is called a chart. Otherwise you have 5 or 6 difficult equations and you solve them and put the values and so on. But if you take just this chart with you to anywhere in the field where you are working, where you have to quickly find out your factors and so on, you just find the A and the W for your particular case. For example, it is 0.6 and you have a compact specimen. You take 0.6, you go there and you read the value, and khalas, you are now done, right? So engineers and so on really love these things rather than the actual solutions, and somebody has done all of these for all of the 4 shapes and so on. So if this is directly given to you, you can use this. Otherwise, we will ask you to actually solve it using the equations and so on that were given in the table. And in conclusion, that there will be a general K, for mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, any, which is y sigma root pi A, and this y will change each time. For some of the cases, those tables are there, but for any other cases, if you go to higher chapters in the book or other places, then the equation will be defined for mode 3, mode 2 and so on.